JD, we've rounded off our pre-season campaign with the defeat to Blyth Spartans. First and foremost, what did you make of the game this afternoon?
First off, I would say very disappointed in the performance that we've just put in. I think it took us far too long in the first half to get to grips with what Blyth were throwing at us and how they were playing. And they played differently to a lot of teams that we've come across. They were very comfortable with wide men dropping into the midfield and making a 5 and interchanging, and we didn't communicate well and deal with that very well at all. Plus, we give them 2 goals really easily, which then you're fighting against that, and they're going to play differently with a lot more confidence. It took us 35-40 minutes for us to start having a little bit of the ball and playing with some confidence, and they didn't even press us really that much when we had the ball, and that's frustrating because our confidence was low. And I said to you previously that the South Shields game, I want to see how far we've come, and looking at that, we haven't come anywhere. We're exactly as we were. Now we cannot take that level of improvement or that level of performance into the start of the season. So between now and then, which is only a week, we're going to have to learn quickly.
3 goals in the space of 5 minutes as well, inside 20 minutes. You must have been stood in that dugout and just scratching your head how you've conceded that first, but then you've gone on to concede 2 more within such close time.
It's the things that you can. I'm going to spend time this week and look back at the video of this, and I'd like to work with you on that, to be fair. And just I think there's a lot that we can take out of that game by putting negatives right. I think there's a lot of things that we could probably go over and analyse and get things out of it, because the lads that are making mistakes and that have done that, they know it as well. When it's been pointed out, they're not scratching their heads. It's things that are avoidable. We could put a lot of things right there. And the other frustrating thing is when we did start to play and when we did defend properly, we looked better than them. And it took too long to get going with that. So yeah, we were all scratching our heads, and probably the players were as well, unfortunately. But they're all correctable.
Yeah, I can sense the overriding emotion is frustration and disappointment. You mentioned the lads took their time to get going, but when they did get going against a side 2 leagues above them, who will probably be up there in their league this season, they went toe-to-toe with them. So yeah, there is positives to take.
Absolutely, we moved the ball well at times, and we took less touches and didn't hang on to the ball and get closed down, and we moved it quickly, moved off the ball, and then we've created things and we've pushed them back, and then we've scored a goal from us pressing and doing the right things, but it just wasn't enough. It was like we were just scared. It was like because they were a couple of leagues higher than us, we didn't know what to do, and we almost rolled over a little bit, and then it takes too long to get into the fight. And I know it's not a competitive game, and I know that there's potential for a better performance, but we're 1 week away from the season starting. It needs to be better than that.
Yeah. So you just mentioned that it was only a friendly, but you still want to be going into these games and giving it your best shot, don't you?
Yeah, we want to win that game. We want to come here and beat them. We want to come here and beat them and get a clean sheet. And that might be a tall order, but that's how we set ourselves out. We want to be as good as we can be. And when we're miles away from that, and there's more than 2 or 3 things that are wrong, it means that me, Michael, and the rest of the coaching staff need to sit down and go through things a lot before we start back on Saturday.
7 days away from that season opener, huge game away to Stocksbridge Park Steels. How do you feel pre-season's gone, both in training, both in the games?
I think it's been an average pre-season. I wouldn't say we've done particularly well. At times we have, at times we've struggled, and that might be the stop-start version of teams cancelling on us and not having a string of games that we wanted in the right way. But other teams have to deal with that as well. And also there's the other side of things, the mental side of things for players, and the physical side of things. We're not playing many games in the last 6-7 months, and they're coming up to speed. But the time's run out now. The pre-season's done, and we have to hit the ground running on Saturday. So we'll be training twice this week, and we'll piece together where we are. Ultimately, sometimes pre-season's a little bit false. You can go and get beat every game in pre-season, then you can go and win 5 or 6 in a row. So if we learn from our mistakes today, then it'll all be worth it.